Yeah. Good morning, one and all. So welcome back. So happy to see you in third semester, first day. So almost 80% of your class is full. Happy to see you. Even if we do it offline, the first day it was not so much good response. In the online, I found a very good response from your class. So this is my lesson plan for the next semester. So your syllabus starts with 2018 scheme syllabus, and okay, your learning objectives. There are 6 learning objectives, and there are 6 course outcomes. After learning this course, what student you should gain out of it? That is being told here. Of course, it has been mentioned in the syllabus also. It is our prime duty to first introduce what are the course outcomes, right? So you should be able to understand the basics of Python programming, use standard programming structures of constructs of Python programming. Standard constructs in the sense if loop, while loop, for loop, uh, and other functions, etc. So all those things you should know it, and implement the modular approach in the sense functions, how to use functions in Python is totally a different concept, not like C++, Java. It is not like that. It's totally a different concept. And you'll also understand the data structures. So data structures, whatever you have studied in DS, data structure subject, is totally different here in Python. So it is very easy. So for writing a stack program, you would always used to take at least some 40 to 80 lines of code, 40 to 80 lines of code. But here it is 4 to 5 lines of code. So almost 90% reduction in the code you have. And anyhow, it is also associated with the lab. I think lab will be dealt by some other professor. Okay. Explore various ways of possibly handling the files. Very, very important thing. If I ask you a question to all of you, I think you have heard about Python, right? Why Python is so popular? My simple question. Somebody you can answer. Why Python is so popular? Anybody you can answer. Either in the chat box or in the, you can type in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and you can answer. Why Python is
Because it has simplified syntax.
Okay, that is one thing. It is so popular because of simplified syntax. Any other answers? Any other answers? Now I want everybody to be interactive, please. This is not theory subject. This is a highly practical subject. And I'll be asking everybody, questions, and you should be able to answer. And I got one.
It's more productive.
Yeah.
It's more productive.
Easy to code. It's more productive. Charan, good Charan. More productive. Productive in the sense, see, it is popular because the number of code of lines is very less. That is one thing. And another thing, today people are behind analytics. They are behind analytics. In order to do analytics, maybe predictive analytics or business analytics or any analysis that you want to do it, so the best tool is Python, because the number of lines of code is very less. So normally we store data in database. That was a very traditional thing. Now we are using so many sensors. If you go near the door, there is a sensor. If you see a camera, there is a sensor. If you use any latest car, there are more than 40 to 50 sensors. Automatically, many sensors are generating huge set of data. These data are not stored in databases. They are stored in normal text files. And text file is easily analyzable, easily readable using Python. So in 4, that is, you can see CO4, that is course outcome 5. So explore the various ways and possibilities of handling files and its applications. Very, very important. And I'll give you at the end of every module some projects. So you have to take up those projects and you have to do it. I'll give some case studies, around 20-30 case studies, and in a group you can do it, or individually you can do it, and you have to submit this time. This is not theory subjects. This is highly practical subject. And once you come back, maybe government is taking a decision to start all the colleges very soon. So once you come back to the college, we'll have offline classes. Meanwhile, I would like to have a lot of assignments given during this 1 month. Okay, the last is object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming in Python is more powerful, more interesting, awesome. So I would like to teach this subject beyond your syllabus. Your syllabus has only a little bit, but beyond the syllabus, I would like to teach. And if you learn object-oriented programming, your graphics in Python is awesome, excellent, wonderful. How many of you have heard of mobile application development, mobile app development? How many of you have done? Yeah, please raise your hand, or you can ping in your group. Yeah, Sujit, good. Sujit has raised a hand. Yeah, only Sujit knows how to do mobile application development. Or yeah, many. Yes, sir. Good. Chandrasekhar is good. Pawan is good. Yeah. See, good. Many are raising their hands. 2 participants have raised. See here, you understand one of the basic programming that is being used so far is Java in mobile app development. Android programming. In Android programming, Java is most commonly used, but the things have changed. In place of Android, Java, we are using Python. Python is also equally rich in libraries. So graphics programming in Python is very awesome. And the same thing you will be using in your mobile app development. So if you become an expert with Python programming, if you learn Python programming, you do some certification, online certification, those things, if you gain very good knowledge of Python, definitely there is a job waiting for you. Take it from me, whatever the technology you take in data science, whatever the technology you take in big data analytics, whatever the technology you take in machine learning, whatever the technology you talk about deep learning, artificial intelligence, all programming implementation, you do it with Python. So Python plays a very, very important role. Believe it or not, Python, if you learn Python, definitely there is a job for you. There is a job. All of you agree with me? Say yes or no. If you learn Python, there is a job for you. This is my statement. Do you agree? Say yes or no.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Good. So maybe some are facing, internet connection, connectivity. See, one thing I'll tell you, now lockdown, nothing is there. Okay. You have to sit in a place where you get very good connectivity for all the classes. It's my humble request. And being again, I have been posted as a class teacher for your class. I suggest don't miss anything. See, you have chosen your MCA course just to enhance, just to look for a better lifestyle in your career, better life in your career. If you miss by voluntarily not attending the class, telling reasons, there is no network, there is that problem, this problem, no. So I think you know where you will have a very good network in your surroundings, in your place. Please go to that place. Connect to all the classes. Do attend all the classes. Never miss any class. That is my sincere advice I would like to give. Never miss. And all the teachers are putting a lot of efforts in preparing today's, today onwards the classes. And that is the thing. So this is about, course outcomes. So by end of this course, you should be knowing all these things. And you should become, not just for the sake of examination, you should study this subject for your life building, career building subject is this. If you learn Python very well, you will go to, get very good opportunities in your career. So with this, I would like to introduce the syllabus. Module 1. Module 1 talks about simple things: installing Python, values, variables, memory, error detection, multiple line statements, expressions. Expressions in Python is totally different. Designing and using functions in Python. So there are various functions, and function tracing calls are totally a different one. Working with strings. Okay, it's a fun. I can say it's a fun working with the strings, and creating multi-line strings, printing statement. You can play around Python, and you can really enjoy. At the end of this module 1, we will have a revision, and also we will have a quiz. Okay, so that is my view. It's my thing. And in the second module, you talk about further data types like Boolean. What is the purpose of Boolean data type, and how Boolean expressions are being evaluated. And of course, once you learn about Boolean expressions, you will also learn about the modular approach of importing various packages. Here we don't call it as a package. Instead of package, we'll call it as module. We call it as a module. And creating your own module, creating your own package, creating your own library and using, and semi-automation testing, how to do with Python. That is also one of the very important concept that you should know, how automation testing is done in Python. And finally, we'll discuss about the various classes of the methods, and how to call the methods, and various string methods available. And module 2 again ends with a quiz. So for every module, I'll be conducting a quiz. So, and of course, Module 3 talks about the collection data types, storing collections of, we call it as arrays in C terms, but here we call it as lists, and modifying the list, operations on lists, slicing, aliasing. Aliasing is nothing but nothing but referencing. We call it as reference. So when you, I'll explain what is the difference between reference and copying. When you copy, only the contents are copied. Reference, when you refer it, both will act as a similar thing. So it is just like for a variable, you are assigning a pointer. You change value to a pointer, the variable will be affected. If you change the value to a variable, the value will the pointer will be affected. So that is what you call it as referencing. So that is referencing, we call it as aliasing, and we will discuss that. List methods, working with a list of lists. List of lists is nothing but multi-dimensional array. So it will be fun to work with this technology, and of course, your looping system, how exactly your loops work, what are the various ways in which you can run loop. See, looping statements, for and while, there are only two looping statements in Python, but remember, these two looping statements will play a lot of what do you call it as problem, will create a lot of problem, and of course we can solve a lot of problem with this. And of course, remember, there is no switch case statement in Python. There's no switch case statement. And there is no increment and decrement operator like plus plus and minus minus you're having in C++. That is not there. Thank you, Chandru. You have reminded me about low battery on my laptop. Yeah. Right. That's about module 3. Module 4 talks about the complete operations on files. And remember, you are not just opening local files, you are opening files from internet. I'll give a lot of assignments to work on files of internet. A lot of files can be explored and done, and you can play around with internet files. You can storing data using sets. There is another data structure called set, just like we have list. Set is also another type where you do set operations. And there is a tuple. Tuple is also another data set, another data type, data structure. Similarly, you have dictionaries. See, list, set, tuple, and dictionary. These are very, very important data structures available in Python. And of course, we call it these data types as collections, collection data types. So data structure, collection data structures, and you can compare each one, and you can you should know when to use what. So that is most important. And I'll be giving you some very good insights so that you can understand much better. So in module 5 talks about object-oriented programming, as I have already mentioned, and graphic user interface programming. We call it as a TK Inter. It's TK Inter. It's a module that will be used for development of graphics. That is what we call it as widgets. Same, if you learn this graphic programming, definitely it will help you in Android programming using Python. So you can write Android programs using this Python. That will be a wonderful thing. And you have 2 textbooks, Learning with Python. So that is one textbook, and another textbook is practical programming, an introduction to computer science using Python. So this you can study. Apart from this, I will suggest you to refer to a textbook by Dr. Nageshwar Rao, that is Core Python Programming. So I think I'll be just showing that book. So it's a wonderful book, Core Python Programming. It's just like core Java programming you have. It's a black book. Yeah. It's a black book. It is one of the very good books that I have read so far. I think this is the book. This is the one book I'm talking about. Core Python Programming, which is available in Amazon and other thing. It's the same thing. Jay Chen, who has translated this into what you call Indian edition. So don't buy small books, especially with respect to Python. Or you can take data science using Python or machine learning using Python. Such ebooks are there. Or you buy physical books so that you get inspired to read about these books. So this is about the introductory concepts of today's session. Let me start. Okay. Let me start today's class. Okay. So syllabus for module 1 is all about installing Python, designing functions, and working with the text. And one very important thing, that you all should know is this Python is a very powerful language, not recently found. It is found way back in 1970s and 80s by Guido van Rossum. So he's the man, Guido van Rossum. Okay, he's a man who actually found this in late 80s and 90s. I think it was found in 89, I believe, in 1989. He's a Netherlands Dutch mathematician who was doing research. For his research he has developed, and of course this is one of the powerful programming languages that most of the people had never identified it. So, and later once data analytics, data science came into actual light, people sensed writing big lines of code, lengthy lines of code will not be helpful. So they thought of using this Python, and Python was very well suited for writing data analytics and data science programs. So Guido van Rossum, he is the man who exactly developed. And I have already said, so these are the two textbooks you have to study. So first 3 modules will be in one textbook, second, 4th and 5th module will be in another textbooks. Okay, today's assignment. Okay, so I'll be giving a small assignment for today. Okay, you have to find the picture of Guido van Rossum, and okay, I'll give you a link. In that link, you have to upload what made him to name this language as Python. Okay, Guido van Rossum. You have to explore about Guido van Rossum, and I'll give you a link. In that link, I think you have to, upload. So I think you have to upload that your writing as well as picture. So tomorrow I'll show that link. I'll open that link and I'll ask everyone to see that link. Okay. So I just want a small I'll share the link for that. I'll share the link. No, I don't want instant answers. I want the answers maybe in the link that I will provide at the end of this class, along with your through with your CR Chandrasekhar. I'll send a link. So where you had to upload all your assignments, and those assignments I will project it. Everybody can see. It is just like a dashboard. So whatever you give your assignment, your this one, it will be displayed. I think Chandrasekhar, we have already worked with this dashboard kind of thing. So anyhow, I'll be sharing this. Okay. Quickly before I end today's class, okay, I want to make very clear the three different brackets that are being used. So the round bracket, we call it as parenthesis. The square bracket is actually called as brackets. And the curly brackets, we call it as braces. These three are very, very important thing because it has different meaning in Python. Okay, parenthesis, brackets, and braces. I should know all these differences. That's all for today's class. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for being patient. If you have any review questions, you can certainly ask, or else. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. We'll meet tomorrow as per the schedule. Thank you. Chandrasekhar, kindly send the attendance as how you are sending in the previous semester. Please note down the attendance and kindly prepare and send. Thank you. Signing off for today. We'll meet tomorrow. Bye.